Alright guys, good morning. Welcome to the stream. How are we all doing? So, same thing as yesterday guys. We are getting same sort of the watch list, the gappers, and we are still watching the earnings on the side. I've added quite a few on there. You can check it here, but keep an eye on these earnings. If any of these, for example, FOSL has been gapping up due to earnings result, OPEN, RIDE, all of these could provide some potential trades. PUBM, this was so it was a few days ago. I think this might have already been done. Right. Morning Maverick, how's it going? So Roblox again, still kind of a earnings play, but I think it's over now. It's been already 2 days, so I'm gonna remove that from earnings, but I think I have it here. If not, I'll put it. And PLTR, I think it was 33 to minus. Okay, so yeah, negative earnings result on that, and that's why it's gap down and two big red days. Now today it's popping up, but I don't think it will go far. So on this one, PLTR, I'm looking for possible shorts. Possible shorts. Area to watch will be 23 for sure. So if it starts to creep back under 23s, that's where I'm gonna keep an eye on it. So PLTR could be some decent opportunity there amongst the earnings. So let's have a look. AMRS also was yesterday chopped us around quite a bit, and then what it did decide to do is later on, just around lunchtime, it decides to do whatever we expected it to do. So unfortunately, I wasn't there to catch it, but it really did fade off. Now I don't think it's gonna do much today, so I'm gonna remove that as well. RNG, yes, the first day, and then this continuation could come into this. I think minus 58. So estimated at minus 58, and actual is 36. So that's positive, right, for the company. And why is it really sort of, this doesn't make sense. Oh, actually, it was today. Okay, that day. All right, makes sense now. All right, so it was the earnings was this day, not that day. So the gap happened because of that good earnings result. So this could pop, but I just don't think it's gonna be clean move. So gonna remove that. Dash was also earnings popped because of that, and then faded off again. Dash, similar idea. I just don't like that kind of price action. AMC still just a little bit. It's been 3 days, I think, since the earnings, or 2 days, but it still could provide some decent opportunities. And the rest is basically the same watch list as I posted in Discord. If you haven't checked it, yeah, right here, as well as in the Discord, you can check it out. And that's pretty much it for the watch lists. Anything else I'm missing today? Possibly from the gappers. So gappers, I have only DIDI, FOSL, FOSL and SOFI, Sophie. Sophie is doing quite good around this area, but the problem with this area here is quite a lot of overhead resistance, 2320s to 24s all the way. So basically, whatever is happening here is a result of this overhead resistance. So I'm thinking if it starts to break that 24, then yeah, this could potentially run. Yeah, 24 is quite a decent place. So keep an eye on this, Sophie, and it's been running quite a bit, guys. There was an opportunity to add to it on this pullback from my swings, but I just couldn't. But I'm keeping it as it is. FOSL, big gap up, and it's gapping up to, I believe, this zone here. Okay. Now in this zone, it can be a little bit choppy right there. What I would wait for this is to either take out 20s or 18s. That's when I'm going to be interested. Between those $2 zone, it can be quite choppy. But if it starts to take out that 19, I'll be careful shorting it, because that's a sign of strength. Especially if it starts to hold that above 19. So keep an eye on this possible long opportunity, maybe. But again, if it starts to fade off of 18s, could be a shorting opportunity. So those are the gap pairs. And beyond. So beyond, again, earnings, right? So probably bad earnings, and probably, yeah, that's not looking good. To be honest, we're talking about 94s to 70, 75s, huge gap down. How bad was the earnings though? Minus 40 and minus 87, more than double the negative result. So yeah, it's just because of that, as you can see quite clearly. On this one, we can keep an eye on that, but I really expect a little bit of a bounce from beyond, and also it could be quite choppy before, and it's quite rangy as well. I might trade it on the side. There's an opportunity if it starts to bounce and starts to give the the backside of the move, which is gonna look something like this after it starts to pop and it starts to break the levels with force. Then that's where we can keep an eye on that. Yeah, beyond looks interesting. I would say let it pop towards 80s and see what it does. Also remember, these things with a huge gap down, even though it's earnings resulted gap, could pop quite a bit. Recently they've been popping quite a lot before they start to fade off, right? So just be careful shorting it at the front side. That's why I say wait for that backside move. RIVN was I was waiting for this yesterday, but I think I left before it opened. So yeah, quite choppy. I probably would not have been able to trade it even if I had. I probably would have been break even or a small loser, or maybe, yeah. I guess it probably would have been. It just didn't have a continuation, and it was really it caught the longs badly, and then the result is there. There was a lot of anticipation for this stock. Strangely, but the problem with this one, I think it was estimated to be opening at about 70, 75s, right? I might be wrong on this, but I believe it was around this area where it was supposed to open, but all of a sudden it opens around what, 106. So that's probably why you see that selling pressure coming in, because it's just way overpriced at the open. Now it's taking it back again, which is basically taking the open out, and it's trading here. So it could really be a very rangy, huge range stock, but looks quite clean in my opinion. So yeah, there will be opportunities on this one. Keep an eye on that. So look at that, go. Oh wow. Okay, so there's some. So there's some some catalyst, something going on behind it. Is I think investors are quite positive about this because yeah, it was really well anticipated. One of the well anticipated stocks opening around here, supposed to be opening here, and the thing that you know, even though it opened up here over 107s, it really didn't close way down here, right? So it's kind of like strength of a gap holding. You know, you have to think about it. You know, initially 78s, let's say 80s were the open price, and now it's closing at around hundreds. That's a massive gap, even though it was a red day. You have to think of it like that. You can see clearly that there's just, this is reminding me of silver. Does this remind you of something? Not necessarily, but what it's doing right now. Morning, Jessica. How's it going? Hope you're well. Yeah, so this is reminding me of DWAC. Remember the first day it was gap down. Was it a gap down, or it started running over the? No, it was a massive gap and then fade off and then starts to creep back up. That's when the whole thing started on DWAC. So this kind of looks like that, but it can be very, very difficult to find a really good entry point, because at this point I still think it's I think overextended. Waiting for a pullback and hold could be a better area. But anyways, yeah, definitely RIVN could produce some decent moves. RIVN I kept on my IPO, but I'll keep it here. But I will probably not call out trades on this. I probably might trade it on the side because of the massive range on it. That is pretty much it. Anybody else? Anything else? So the ones that I like from the main watch is, funny enough, it's just kind of like Hive. Maverick, I think it was you who mentioned this news halt, or somebody else, around this day, 9th. So right over here somewhere, it was news halt. So basically, after it opened, I completely forgot about it. I was meant to trade it after it opens, and I didn't think it was gonna open very quickly. That's why I left it alone. But it was very decent trading opportunity the next few days. Today might provide some as well because it's gapping up, but I don't think it's gonna be as good as the first 2 days. But since that halt happened, there could be a follow through if it starts to break that 4, maybe towards at least like 50 cents or so. But I'm keeping a side note on this. Not too crazy about it, but there could be something. And Peloton as well, continuation could come in. Peloton. Yesterday I was short bias all day on it, and I saw that, and I thought, okay, I'll just leave it alone until it settles down. And when I left, this is what it does. So I've been seeing this quite often lately, that lunchtime it just starts to do whatever I think it's gonna do. So maybe considering to stay a little bit longer. I don't know. Um, the rest is just the ones that we had already. I'm just gonna wait for it to do some intraday price action that I'm interested in, and then we'll take it from there. BGFV, slightly short biased on it if it starts to show weakness. PPSI bouncing off. I don't know, man. This PPSI is too manipulated. Too much manipulation in this one. Kind of hard to trade, as you can see. Very hard to trade. Once it gives up, yes, it's fine, but it takes a long time before it gives up. So we'll see. Anyways, best of luck, guys. That's the market open. Let's just take it easy. Wait for the stocks to come to you instead of chasing it, and wait for the right setups. A plus setups. There you go. I think it's just gonna fill the gap today, which is what is it? 750, maybe even more. We'll see. Alright, the other one I was watching was Nikola. This is a very decent daily, I think, for a possible short. Nikola. So AMC is washing, Lucid is washing. Quite a lot of things that are washing now. Let's have a look at Lucid. Alright, Lucid just popped up. You know, this one, it gapped up and is trying to fill the gap now. But I really don't know. I think fundamentally Lucid could be quite a strong. Just going to be a bit careful shorting this stock. But we'll keep an eye on it. Nice little wash, 43s to 42s almost. We'll see. There you go. So washes and then reclaims very quickly. And if it holds like this, then that could be a good sign of a strength or a chop. We'll see. DIDI. So DIDI is interesting. It's gapped up and it's held this gap. But this looked like a fader. But now, since it's trading over 9, well, it's not really. You see that rejection from 950s? Nope, that's not a good sign. As long as it's staying under that, I'm short biased on PPS, DIDI. So as you can see, Nikola, you know, already just washing off. And what's our Hive doing? Not much of a volume. I would have liked more volume. So if the volume doesn't come to this, I'm just gonna leave it alone. And EVGO could be interesting as well. I feel like it's overextended a little bit, and could be a good shorting opportunity. This is why I mentioned about Lucid. You have to have a little bit of a bigger picture, because you can't just take any washes and take that setup. I mean, there was no setup at all, but that's your strength, as you can see. Just a slight early price discovery and then off it goes. So yeah, this one could be interesting for a long today. If it does pop, pulls back towards 43.10s, I'm looking to long this Lucid. And there goes EVGO. Quite choppy though. AMC is rejecting high of day. Rejected from high of day. Where's my AMC? Here we go. Almost to the tick really. So this could be a chop in between the highs and lows. But I'm a bit short biased on AMC. Yesterday I had the okay trade on it, long side. Right, I think I might have taken it somewhere there. I'm not too sure. On the break of this area, just a slight profit, small little profit, and then it started to fade off when I left. So that's not a good sign for AMC. DIDI. This is what I mean, like this, as soon as it starts to reject from certain levels and it never looks back towards that level, that's your sign, that's your clue. It's done really. It's probably not going to take that level for a while. FOSL is hitting the highs, guys. Oh, okay, I might have missed on this. Just 19. Yeah, I might have missed on it, guys. I wasn't paying attention. Right there, 1930s, 40s was an entry there. Jessica, did you put some put options on SPY? Did you manage to put some put options on SPY? We were talking, I think, here somewhere this day about put options. Not really put option, but we were talking, I was expecting this SPY to be going a bit lower. So yeah, if this is the continuation, then PPSI. Nikola is drifting off. And if it takes that 1360, 1350s, then this could be really good. I am trading Nikola on the side though. EVG also looking interesting, but it's not very clean. Oh, okay, Jessica. Yeah. That's fine. It was just you were asking. That's why I mentioned. I was asking whether you've actually taken that or not. Go, Nikola. Go, Nikola. In the past, I've traded Nikola with some really decent success. We're talking about over here, this area here, and this fade off. I was trading almost every day. Yes, sir. Come on, Nikola. Let's go. Yeah, it's too late now. If anybody hasn't taken anything here under 14s, it's too late now, Nikola, guys. Don't expect anything. For me, my average was 1405, so I started a bit early here. And you know, I took the first partial came here, 1370s, under 70s. So yeah, that's working nice, and I'm also in on EVGO. This area here didn't find it really clean, but once it started to break, it looked a bit better. Just like this daily. So over 16 is my stop. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, it's good to not trade in that case. Definitely. So I've got two trades at the moment, guys. One is Nikola. Nicola is, as you can see, few shorts. This is how my normal trades looks like. So build up some position, and then first partial here, so it looks really decent. I've got like over 50% left on it. And then my EVGO, looks like this. So EVGO at the moment it's not working, but few orders here. Averages, as you can see, this one, and then stop is here. So I'm still waiting on it to either take this low out, or it just takes starts to take this out. At that point I'll probably exit, maybe here or here. So not too bad. Anybody taken anything else? Anything yet? No. So Lucid has just played around a bit, just climbed up. I was looking for it to pull back towards 43 and hold. It didn't. So there was no trade there at all. That's why you just need to wait for it to hold, and it should completely tell you that it's holding. This is not. So this is actually a possible short setup, because I wasn't expecting this, this 42 lows to get taken out. Now, if it does pull back towards 42.30s, that could be an opportunity there. Go to. Yeah, there's possible opportunities on Lucid for a possible short, guys. Lucid. What's the level here? 42.35. Well, AMC is flying. AMC, I was completely wrong on that. I was a bit short biased. Now I don't mind changing my bias. Yeah, completely wrong on that. Oh, the one that I missed, guys, is bloody Peloton. And yesterday as well, I missed a big move on it. Today as well, I'm missing. This was one of my main watches, Peloton. I did mention that pre-market. Just under 49 could have been an entry, but if not, then that was the entry there. And there it goes. But I managed to catch Nicola, so that's fine. I can't catch them all, obviously. Nicola was caught right here, over 14s. And now it's here. Go to, let's have a look. AMC, check that out. Go to long. Is it chat? Is it a chat room long, or are you pumping it? Silver. Are you going into WSB? What's the reason for long? That's why it, but anyways, I am not interested in that at the moment. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Fellow trader. Damn. Okay. So yeah, I think this one. What is the very interesting. So it's not a low float. No, I'm just wondering like what why is it moving? Daily doesn't look that great and it's at the bottom, but the thing with this is the reason why I like the daily is really beaten down stocks. So these stocks, when they do bounce, they can provide some good R's. The reason also is the daily, um, but I feel like it's one of those pumps, to be honest. Yeah, you see this curling action or just a nice little congestion. So if it does come out of this, it could have a potential run, but not today, the way it looks like it. So no, sir, for me. Okay, this T and D. Uh, Dude, I missed Peloton, and I'm just gonna probably take it off of my watch list because I'm just gonna keep on looking at it. It's just there was so many setups that that it hit, and I could have taken any of those. Anywho, right? So this is kind of choppy, but it's rejecting from that VWAP. And what do we have near VWAP? Well, all the EMAs. So 4250s is an area as well. So this zone could be an area that whether it's gonna hold or not, but that's still a zone. So now, as you can see, it's responding to that zone, rejection of that. Could be a possibility to short. I will start here. 43, 38. Let's just see if it bounces. Yeah, I'm looking at Lucid as well, possible shorting opportunity around this area with a stop over this zone. But if it starts to take that out, then there's no trade. This will be interesting if it starts to reject from there. No, no. As you can see clearly, it's breaking that, and this was just like I don't know why this came after that, but it's just chopping around now. Lucid puts could be a bit dangerous in my opinion. There are far more better opportunities. Lucid is, I think, it has strength to go up. No, I'm not putting. I'm not buying puts on Lucid. No, no. I'm actually dip buying this thing. Any dips, I'm trying to put in more. Yeah, EVGO, I'm out, guys. So partial was about 15 cents. 15 cents, just choppy. I expected that. Anyways, I didn't like the price action on it. It wasn't clean. So that's a small loser on it. I am already swinging on it. I just don't have to. I need to put in more shares. I just build up a little bit more. But I need a bit of a bigger pullback than this. Than these. I need something like this, Jessica. I need something like this. Not this, not that. That's just still too emotional. TTT. Let's have a look. I was watching this. Daily looks good for a short. But remember this, no, it's not a short. It's not a short. No, I'm not trading that. That's just no. You're going against the waves here, because this whole thing started with good earnings. So the shorting could be dangerous on this. In fact, if anything, maybe longs have more possibility to work out. Yeah, Baba seems like it wants to break out. 168.50 break would be interesting to watch. Even 168.25s, yeah. And daily looks not that interesting, but interesting enough. Interesting enough for sure, because we have this short-term trend down, and it's kind of breaking that trend almost. But for me, Baba has been really difficult to trade. My style doesn't really suit Babas and BA. BAs I do well, but Baba I think I've never done well. I might be down on Baba actually overall. FOSL is holding, as somebody else mentioned earlier. This is kind of the problem with this is there's a lot of battle going on, and if any side wins, that's going to be a massive move. And we've got 52 mil. That might be wrong. 52. I think our swim's float is not very accurate. Fossil could provide some decent opportunity if it starts to trade over 20. Keep an eye on Fossil over 20. Yeah, right. You jumped in, or you want to jump in, because if you hadn't jumped in here at the highs, then it's too late. There you go. That's it. That's decided, right? That's the decision. But we're looking at it zoomed in, guys. Also, we want to look at zoomed out as well. It's still up quite a bit, and because of earnings. So for me to short this, I don't think so, because possibility of a multiple R's on it is kind of low compared to when it does start to go higher. As I don't know whether that makes sense. It makes sense to me. Yeah, I do play earnings plays. Yes, I do play earnings. Now, for example, this one, it's got some good, decent numbers, right? It's probably gapping up because of that. Now, still a big gap, still a big strong move, this one, even though it washes towards 18s. Now, if it does wash towards 18s, most dip buyers will come in, right? That's what they're waiting for anyways. If the result of the earnings is true. So, anywhere else apart from earnings, if it was something else, I would have looked for shorts around the bounce of 19s, things like that. Yeah, I will, as I mentioned earlier as well, like on this educational contents that I'm trying to build up, I'll have a few setups for earnings, and it's just going to be more systematic what you should be looking for. EVGO, wow, EVGO. Damn, this thing is yeah, it's just creeping up. So this has a lot of force behind it. What am I doing? Yeah, PPSI is just again. As I mentioned, this stock is kind of heavily manipulated, so it's kind of hard for me to trade it. There are ways to trade it, just the extremes. So, for example, if it starts to pop the shorts, or if it starts to drop, maybe. But that's extremely dangerous to do that. So EV market might be popping. That's why EVGO and your others will be popping as well. Forget about cryptos. Let's put EVs. Okay, let's have a look. There you go. Neo popped. Yeah, all of these are popping right now, apart from Tesla, because Tesla is due for a, you know, nice little correction, which it already did, in my opinion. EVGO, Nikola. So if they are popping, that means that I need to get out of Nikola. Yeah, I'm gonna be tight on Nikola, guys. I can't risk it. Just over 14s right here, 1406s, or near my entry basically. I'll get out of Nikola. So my entry was here, average I will say 1404, somewhere there, and one partial, as I showed you earlier, was here. So I'm okay leaving it here just over 1406 or 7s, somewhere there, because it's almost like a break even for the rest. But I don't like the way these EVGOs and NEOs are going, as you can see, breaking the highs and just trying to continue. We shall see. Now, when they start to drop a little bit, when they start to wash, that's when I can start to put in more in Nikola. But I think it's not gonna do that. As you can see, guys, this area here is just pulled back. This is a long entry. I don't like it on Nikola what this is doing. So yeah. Oh, okay. Did you short it? Neo, these EVs are going to be a good play, guys. I think possible long entries here. I'm trying NEO, guys. But EVGO was much better. EVGO much better. Yeah, for a possible long, but I'm just waiting for it to hold. Um, just this area here, if it starts to hold. I don't like the way it's closing under now, but that's fine. You know, it's still over 41. That's okay. Just could be a little weak. So just waiting on it. No, I was mentioning on TTD. If you had been, if you had shorted it, let me long it. Yeah, but you might. Wow. Okay, EVGO was much better choice, guys. EVGO. I really thought that, you know, over here it could have had a little bit of you know, just more price action here, but it just didn't. 17 is holding really strongly though on EVGO. Big level, big level 17. Interesting, but it seems like it wants to break it. And SPY is washing, so that's not gonna help these. SPY. So once the SPY is washing, so it's continuing with this momentum to the downside for a short term. You know, I'm kind of thinking 460 might be achievable, maybe even lower than that in the next few days, few weeks. Can't be few weeks, no. If it doesn't do that within the next, I think 2-3 days, then I don't think it's gonna reach for that. Okay, anyways, let's keep an eye on the EVs. So what I want this to do is just climb back over 4120s, 25s, start to creep back up, and that's where I'm gonna start to add. I mean, start it early. PPSI is also looking alright. Yeah, so EVGO is following suit with SPY. I think it just doesn't have that strength. That 17 is holding really strongly. So I'll be careful right now, even longing NEO. Because NEO's, as you can see, is clearly broken that level, high of day, and then actually held nicely under that, and then starting to carry on towards the VWAP. But it depends. Keep watching EVGO. And if it starts to take out that 17s, then it could be a NEO could be a potential long. This one looks like a pullback, guys. I am interested in NEO long. This one looks like a pullback. It's not. It doesn't look like a reversal, but the EVGO, however, is a different story. But it's holding though. That's the thing. Now I'm trying, guys. Neo, I'm trying just over 41s, and it might take a while before it goes. Now on this one, you know, I've started here somewhere 41.11s, and then I want to give it a little bit more room towards VWAP, and maybe add a little bit. Because I think it might take a while before it starts to set. Get ready for the highs. FOSL looks very good. It looked very good for short here, but again, I'm a bit biased on it to not take shorts, honestly. But right, even it's a bit late, but yeah, it's just I'm not really keen on shorts on this. But yeah, really decent setup there if it wasn't earnings. Oh, Neo, let's go, baby. Come on, bounce and take out the highs. So my average is about 41.12s. And EVGO as well was a nice little, you know, this wash dropped, but it quickly reclaimed. That's when I went back to Neo and realized this is actually holding up nicely. So yeah, yeah, feeling good about Neo. We'll see. By the way, Neo is not a joke company, guys. These people have physical products, and they're quite good. I believe in China. They're quite famous in there, and I think they make these very reasonable priced electric vehicles, and yeah, fundamentally they're quite strong. But you know, with Chinese stocks as well, you can never have a long, strong biases. I remember I traded this. I can't go back all the way. This when this was like in the like early double digits. Like what was it? Let me see. Okay. So I believe it was this zone here, 15s. Yeah, this area I swung it. I think, yeah, I swung this one until like 30 or 35s, and then I took off everything. But that was also, and I also traded it from $4 as well. Believe it or not, I had traded it from $4, swung it, but I took it off very quickly though. I think around 10s or 15s. I'm not, but it was a good gain on swings. Yeah. See, the thing with Neo is, it just went up too quick for me. Not like so when it did start. This move here was very quick. Um, that's why I had to take it. But this one is interesting. I think, in my opinion, once it starts to take out that 45s, if it does come to that point, if it does come to that point, then I might even swing it if it starts to take out the highs and starts to trade over it. Because daily on this one, this is actually weekly, so daily looks quite good as well. Right, but similar to AMC, the daily is in that chop, not chop, but like a flag pattern, wedge pattern, whatever you want to call it, just like AMC here. You see that AMC's one is a little bit of a cleaner one, in my opinion. So keep an eye on this AMC as well for possible swings. Maybe if it starts to take out this this wedge pattern. Either way, like longs or shorts. In my opinion, maybe longs. Damn, EVGO was a better trade for sure. But yeah, NEO is doing his thing as well. Oh, thank goodness I'm out of Nikola now. Nikola is crazy going for it. I think I got out here on the break even. I was mentioning it. I think I might have gotten out here actually. Yeah. I have to check. Nikola. Yeah, around 14s, right there. Yeah. So, okay, trade. I was expecting a bit more, but that's fine. Let's go. Why is NEO not moving? And look at the EVGO. Yeah, DI looks like it, but what is the yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna touch it because the reversal you wanna be looking for a reversal on a strong stock. Reversal longs on a strong stock. Yes, this would have been beautiful if the stocks showed strength. It was a daily. If the daily was strong, but this daily is just beaten down. You know, it's already had this bounce. Don't forget it had its bounce. It has its bounce and then washes off. So reversals might be successful, but it might not be giving you that R that you need. It might be just a little pull back towards the VWAP and then just fades off and congests. No. So for me, um, but when it comes to the intraday pattern, well spotted actually. Always get the habit of looking at the daily first. Always. I mean, even if you don't know what you're looking for, just look at the daily and get used to it. Doing that. Get used to doing that. Once you start to notice the dailies, then you will start to make up decision based off of daily instead of the intraday. And that's when the multiple R's come in. Right. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, I'm okay with Neo doing that at the moment because as long as it's holding above that 41, I'm cool with it. Because once it starts to move, it's really gonna pop. My stop now is under 41, guys. Hopefully one day you will change that. Every there hopefully there will be a point where every month you will start to add 1 R to that to that name, and that will be the success story, bro. Andrew's name I prefer more. There goes Neo. Come on, let's go, baby. I'm just waiting for you, Neo. Yeah, poor Neo is not getting enough traction that it deserves, or friction, whichever is right. Yeah, just not really continuing strongly. I don't like this candle here, guys. I don't like it at all. Just too choppy. No, normally Neo will do that. Neo normally does that, but it's just not helping. Yeah, that's so true. Negative R clubs. Oh, surprisingly, look at Nikola. Guys, do you guys know of any ETFs? I forgot. What's the ETF for EVs? Do you guys know? Look at that Nikola. And this is the weakest of them all. Actually, no, I might be wrong. Workhorse is the weakest of them all, and even that is popping. So let's have a look. EV ETF. iDrive. IDRV. Yeah, don't like it. Yeah, I'll find it. So this is kind of like a difficult decision to make, like whether you want to put it under 41s, and it's not too far away from a VWAP. So kind of difficult though, and also EVGO washing as well for a possible healthy pullback. I'm gonna keep it under VWAP. Yeah, so EVG is washing again. That high of day, recent days high, is rejecting from that. Wow, PPSI. I remember lit. Yes. Yeah, that could be it. Lit is much better. Uh, yeah, might have been lit that I used to watch. Let's keep lit here. Right. Oh, drive. Oh, okay. Yeah, still a bit too. Disney. Okay, so this kind of stocks reversal we can look for. Dip buyers, investors dip buying these because you know it's a strong company, fundamentally quite strong. So any gap downs is gonna get dip by it. So this is a complete different um, you know daily to what we saw on what was the name of that stock you mentioned? So I hope that makes sense because daily and fundamentally as well, the strong stocks usually, whenever they sort of for any reason dips down, unless it's devastating effects towards the company, usually gets bought by investors. So you want to be with them, not against them. And also, I remember INTC. INTC was a very very strong company, right? Really like dominant. But what happened was I believe this happened because of a really bad news, because they lost a contract to big names when it comes to their chips. They lost the contract to AMD, right? I think this was the one, or maybe even before this. I think that it was before that. I might be wrong on that. So anything like that, that's the main business of INTC, and it's, if they're losing most of their contracts to AMD, guess what? They're just gonna have a big trouble. I This probably is it. It was just hitting the highs. I remember it was hitting the highs, and all of a sudden they lost the contract, and then AMD started to creep really high. I can show you. Um, Look at AMD. From that, just kept on going, never looked back, and INTC just just did that. Where When was it though? That's the thing. It might have been here though. I remember it was a long time ago. It can't be this far. 2007. No, definitely this one. Yeah. So yeah, it was this one, I think. And then it started to, as you can see, the effect of that sort of fundamentally bad news behind it has that much effect, as you can see. Although INTC being a very very strong stock in the past, it still affected it this much. And every time it bounces, just people, it doesn't get enough investors to actually, you know, pull it out of its hole. I really don't do fundamentals, guys. I hate reading up things and researching. I really I gotta be honest. It's not in me. I'm not naturally an analyst, but I can read the dailies well. I don't even have to know the news behind this. I just know that this is fading off very weak, showing sign of weakness. Any pops, any gets shorted easily. Honestly, this one right now looks like a swing short, but I'm not taking it. Disney buy calls. Uh, yeah, I, you know, I so what was the difference? 37. So we've got 50s to 37. So yeah, quite a bit of down. So this down move has actually probably found the price. I might even add to Neo now. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, it could be a possible bounce opportunity here. 79.8. But they are, this time they've actually 175, 160. Yeah, I think that's enough of pullback for a possible bounce. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I might consider that actually. Silver. but we're looking like a monthly call options probably. A month's expiry, not monthly. A month. So probably December, end of December contract. Um, it's working. Anyways, March is better, safer option in my opinion. Yeah, just be patient with it. Just let's hope that it negative PR doesn't hit it. But it's quite, you know, I think solid company for. I mean, even if it does, like, look, what I normally do is like, you, you gotta, you can't just put everything in this. Let's say you've taken a call option here for the reversal, right? You can't put full position here. Usually on the um, first negative day, gap down day, what will happen is it just will start to trade, you know, in a chop after it actually washed down like this. Now I don't think it will take out the lows today. Even if it does, um, you know, the more it, you know, like let's say for example 150s is where you're saying, well, that's where I'll be worried a little bit, right? That's what you gotta look at, right? So as it's, if I started today, then 155 is another really great area to just maybe add in some. And also 150 would be a much better area to really like take some decent position. I don't like what Neo is doing, so I might exit early, guys. I probably wouldn't wait. I'm a bit careful on that because Neo. Yeah, so I'm getting ready to, as soon as I see weakness, I might exit this. Mm, just didn't have that continuation. It might come after I exit, obviously, but nice one, guys. It's nice to have that. The having a side swing trades going on, especially on stronger stocks. You don't have to really find stocks that are gonna really that have bottomed and bouncing. No, that's just wrong because, you know, 9 out of 10 times you're gonna get chopped and badly hurt. And maybe once in a while you might find that bounce stock, but the safer way to play is find really fundamentally strong stocks and wait for them to, like for example Disney, a drop of let's say 5 to 10% gaps down for, you know, earnings and stuff like that. That's an excuse for a lot of people to put in some more money in that. There goes Neo. Yeah, finally you decided to do that. Awesome. Now you know, this one here, 4108, hopefully it shouldn't come back. The highs are getting attacked. So yeah, that's definitely a better, safer option for you know, these call options. Chop box, to be honest, at the moment chop box is here, but I don't really like. It should have continued. It should have continued to take the highs. Maybe we're in the wrong stocks. EVG was a better option. Once they start to create this reversal, as you can see, you know, pullback is smaller and that carries on. Pullbacks, pulls back. This area, as you can see, right there, 17s. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pullback. Look at that. I mean, the way it's moving, at least Neo should have some decent move to take the highs out, right? But it's not. It actually is. I should be saying it's not, and it will. It's not breaking the highs at all. It's not behaving well. So yeah, we took the wrong. But normally, what happens is after these moves in that sector, you know, the rest follows up nicely. That's the problem. Yeah, look at this, for example, QS. Look at that. That's much better. Now, I wasn't even paying attention to QS, but look at the daily. Really beautiful daily. Like pulls very nice, strong. And this is actually much better than EVGO. If I had looked at this, I probably would have given a much cleaner than EVGO. Although EVGO is stronger, but QS is much cleaner. Daily as well as the intraday. Yeah, intraday maybe EVGO better, but daily beautiful. But Nikola is the weakest of them. So anytime. Now here's the thing. Here's a thesis for you. Nikola is fundamentally very weak, right? So anytime when you see the strength of the EVGO, like the strongest of this sector at the moment is EVGO, right? Once you start to see the backside of EVGO, short the, I don't want to say it, but short Nikola. Here's a thesis for you, right? You wanna sector plays are huge in trading, really huge. Like people just like most of the traders, successful traders, I know and I've heard of them, is they play sectors and catalysts and sympathy plays, right? You wanna short the relative weak stocks fundamentally, and you wanna long the relatively strong stock fundamentally, right? Hope that makes sense. I know I'm just I I'm bored. That's why I'm just. But there's a lot of things behind this whole sector play and sympathy play. Go and educate yourselves. Don't let me spoon feed you. Educate yourselves. Research this, and it's one of the most effective way of trading. Especially, like for example, I remember DWAC. You know, when DWAC had hit this day, right? What did I do next day? Do you remember, guys? Okay, if you don't remember, let me remind you. This day I came up with all sorts of stocks, probably 5, 6, 7 stocks. Amongst those were PHUN, right? Look at this. Look at that. Amongst those were CRTD. Look at this day, right? CRTD. There was SAM, right? SAM, right? I can go on and on and on and on. What I'm trying to say is when these things don't happen, these especially DWAC stuff, DWAC happens once a year, once every 2-3 years. This doesn't happen normally. Once it happens though, that's when you're gonna make your account. Hope that makes sense. And there was every single day on the side, every single day here, here even. For a week or so, I traded not DWAC, but PHUN. Why? Because DWAC is the leader. Now it doesn't have to be necessarily true. What happened with this one was it was slightly different. Initially over here, second day, DWAC was the leader. Third day as well, DWAC was the leader. But you know, these days actually PHUN started to be leading. So you can't really have a bias that always that leader is going to be the leading stock. No, it actually can be the opposite. So third day I started to concentrate on PHUN. Once PHUN started to move, then DWAC started to follow a little bit. Third, fourth, fifth day. Right? Look at that. Right? Why do I write this thing? Now, as soon as I find a stock that has a sympathy play behind a stock that has that's strongly in play, then that's where I start noting it down. In fact, I had created a watch list just specifically for that. But remember, only for a few days. Now, you can't overstay your welcome on these. Come on, Neo, do something, man. Come on, I'm just making me bored here. Come on, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Come on. You pulled back so comfortably, like nice and decent, right? Now you need to never look back. Yeah, Lucid, I completely forgot because you know what, Lucid, Lucid, I'm not really touching it that much because I have a swing trade on it and I just don't want to have that much of a, what do you call that, like a bias towards it. Although long, yes, but I think yeah, I'm okay with Lucid. I'm happy with it. I was just trying to catch something else that I could maybe um, leave some for the swing later if it starts to behave, which I found Neo's daily to be nice, uh, nicer because it kind of is due for some attention. PPSI. Yeah, PPSI backside coming in again, as I mentioned, quite heavily manipulated stock, so it's kind of difficult. It's gonna chop you around a lot, Silver. You know our stops are very tight, and it's just no. I might not trade PPSI at all for the day. It's just PSFE. PSFE. I don't know this company. What is it? Yeah, I think so. We should. But PSFE, we've got 7, so almost a billion. So it's not a low float for sure. Market cap is 3 billion. Yeah, IT services. Just bad. I think it didn't do well with its earnings. That's why it's gapping down. Yeah. So estimation. Yeah. So this is the result of the earning. Yep. But I mean, this is for a swing, to be honest, Dubs, welcome by the way. I don't think I've seen you before, but this is a beaten down stock. There's no point in swinging this. The problem with this is there's a lot of trapped traders, trapped investors in it, and that usually doesn't. It's not a really good sign. Not really a good sign at all. So even for the shorts, I would say it's overextended. Swinging is short, overextended, because the dead cat bounce could come in, but that bounce isn't gonna be anywhere near that filling the gaps, because there's more gaps to be filled, and it never attempted to fill it, and it just continued. The rest, initially it started to fill the gaps, but once it starts to break that, look at this is a perfect example, guys. Look at the level of 10, that 10 level, right? Once it cracked it, that was it. Especially with a gap, it just never looked back. So no, unfortunately, I don't see any swing on this one. Silver BRB. You keep on putting BRB. Let me search that that stock. There is a stock. I didn't know there was a stock. What is this called? Bell rings brands. Okay. It'll be funny if it was like be right. Anyways, another example for you, just because we're getting no trades apart from. I think we should we should all take BRB. Anyways, yeah. So apart from Neo, I don't have anything else. So I'm just chasing that. Sorry, watching that on the side. But here's it, 200, 200, beautiful. And this actually works in that if you want to swing trade, that setup works on daily as well, most of the time frames. Boom, comes back. This is not a proper close. Remember, we need two or three bars under it. Closes under. This is perfect. Comes back to the tick, and then you start shorting it. Boom. Anywho. Right, guys, so I am still in Neo, and it's given us some decent move, but I really was looking for a little bit of a more push towards that 4180s, 4170s at least, and then maybe look into taking some out. But now, the good thing about this is I am on break even, right? Good position to be in. Definitely. So I kind of, it's a bit slow, but feel good about it. Yeah, BRB, that's stands up for its name, isn't it? It's still BRB. That's why. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Neo, I trusted you. I put my money in you. You gotta respect that, right? And there was a lot of other options as well. Just bear in mind, okay? All right, guys, get ready to take some out. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. Waking up. Somebody call Silver. Go, Neo. 4176. Okay, guys, I took some out. 4176. Right there. Beautiful, beautiful. Right at the top. And hey, what's up, War? Solid, what's going on? Welcome back. Good to have you back, man. Good to have you back. Missed you. How's it going, man? What are you up to? We've been, a lot of everybody has like talked about that. Where's Solid gone? Where is he? Where's War? Awesome, awesome stuff. So we're if you've just joined, we're long Neo. I averaged in basically my average is here 41.13. So average, just build up some position and then letting it run. First partial is hit, by the way, and 42's next partial. Yeah, looking good. I had AFRM on the side, and yeah, kind of like a earnings slash EV sector play. Yeah, EV sector, mostly EV sector play, because the sector is at the moment hot, right? And you can clearly see that EV Geos, your Lucids, your XP, those are running clearly, and just find the one that has a good daily, and yeah. Anyways, yeah, I was saying AFRM. I was watching. Oh, DD is curling back up. So AFRM was um, this day. When was it that I was watching it? I think I was watching it here, or maybe this day. Yeah, and then yesterday it finished like that, and I thought, well, this is done, and I left and I took it off of my watch list. Had I known that it had gapped up this much, would have been a really decent shorting opportunity there. But yeah, well done. I hope you took really decent shorts here, and then yeah, it's curling back up probably for a possible reversal. But Didi, so DD. Yeah, DD is moving though. Is the volume good enough though? 300,000. Okay. This is a clear reversal pattern, but I wasn't happy with the DD's daily. But if it starts to take out that 9 and starts to hold, it could be something there. But by that time, I'll probably be off anyways. On Solid on AFRM, I mean 152 longs right here. Just I mean I think there might be some daily levels there, but your VWAP short is beautiful though. The VWAP trade, because of this whole price action. Yeah, really healthy pullback. Yeah, I would definitely recommend use the Bookmap as a secondary tool, not the priority for your trades. It should be like, for example, I'll give you an example. Let's say I am trying to short it here. Let's say we don't have VWAP or anything. We have certain levels, and I have my setup. Everything has to be ticked, and then comes your bookmark, which is your tape reading basically. You can do that with your level too. It's slightly different because you can see it visually. But if you're good with your level 2s, you kind of see it here anyways. There's some numbers, you know, big numbers, small numbers, and there's certain levels. So yeah, make a habit of maybe using the bookmark as the last resort. Everything gets ticked, and now bookmarks tells you go ahead. Then yeah, in that sense, bookmark can be very, very, very helpful. But I know a lot of people use it the wrong way as well, because they put everything in bookmark. They rely on every single thing. Like they all of a sudden they start to see liquidity, and they start to take scalping entries. Sometimes it will work, but sometimes it's just um, it could be misleading as well. Yeah, there was a BRB ticker. We checked it, but it's not back yet. It hasn't. It's probably changed its ticker, right? It's realized probably because Silver is using that a lot. So they said, okay, we can't be dealing with that. We need to change this thing. It hasn't traded since July. So yeah, it hasn't been back. it's, it's still BRB. ADXS. No, I don't play anything under $2 at all. If anything, if this pops, I might short it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the fundamentals behind this. So, um, guys, Neo is doing well. So, 42s, around 42s are here, guys. Another partial will come. By the way, Silver, are you still in the Neo? I was AMC. Let's have a look. Yeah, AMC looked strong today. I was actually initially short biased on it, but they started to take the highs out. That's when I realized, okay, this thing is strong. I can't be shorting this thing. But AMC, I am not looking to enter anything after this, guys. But AMC towards that 40, if it does go there, and you want to see how it reacts to that level, because there's a pivot point there, there's a daily level there, there's your round number there. If it starts to give you the backside of the move, maybe a potential short. Because if I, you gotta you gotta respect what it does normally. Normally, what it does is look at that timing. Look at the timing. It runs up midday, it gives up, right? So usually look at that midday 11:45s, boom, starts to give up. So does that make sense? Like if it starts to um, go towards 40s, I mean it might not reach it, to be honest. If it doesn't, then anywhere around this zone starts to look for the backside. I'm not looking. I wouldn't look for longs at all. And yeah, that's my AMC for you. Yeah, I was looking at the DIDI. You did mention it. I just didn't like the daily on it. But it looks right now, as I mentioned earlier, DIDI looks kind of interesting because it needs to hold above 9 now, and the volume somehow is picking up, but not a very juicy setup. It needs to be holding above 905s, 907s before you actually start to consider even taking it. Dubs ran out of day trades. I can understand that totally. Um, what you want to do is if you swing trade, then stick around. We do once in a while, like for example, I will give you hints what I'm gonna be swinging. If Neo, for example, if you had traded with me, if you were anywhere here, then you could have taken partials once and then leave the rest for possible swing, but only on certain stocks. It doesn't happen always, but once a week or twice a week I might get a stock that I might swing, if it's successful enough, and it depends on how it closes. Now if it does start to take up, very simple guys, your decision factor at this point should be the VWAP. As long as it's staying over the VWAP, I'm good with that. I'm totally okay with that because I've taken some partial anyways. If it does go to 42s, for sure I'll take more partials, but I really don't mind it pulling back now. And if it starts to close very close to 42s, even better for the next day. So that's probably going to be my swing on the runner. Riven, this is the new IPO, right? Yeah, it's got quite a lot of. Oh wow, okay. This thing, I was watching it here, very rangy, but looks quite interesting, to be honest. If you can handle a bit of a bigger stop, then that's your. It might have been late though. Sorry, Dubs. Sorry, it was it's just too late. You've got your high of daybreak. And on this one, you don't need to wait for high of daybreak. You start to notice, if you were paying attention, on these ones, the volume start to pick up. You can start to enter early. Start to at least starter. Yeah, 106. Oh, lovely, beautiful. What, from yesterday? You're swinging from yesterday or pre-market? Because yesterday was the only times that you probably would have taken that, but nevertheless, 106, beautiful entry. There's a lot of really big interest behind it. That's why I think it's strong. Earlier, even if it was when it was washing, I was kind of in the back of my head like, this is gonna bounce later on. Awesome. Yeah. Yesterday was the only time you probably could have taken a better entry. Really decent reversal. Not very clean, but it was there. Yeah. You had to go through some of the pain though, Dub. But nevertheless, yeah, it looks good. This is also EV, right? Our EV watch is getting much bigger now. Anyways, lit is flying, bro. Lit is lit. XPEV, yes, XPEV is an EV, yes. Yeah, over here, as you can see. XPEV also was quite clean. LI and WKH is probably the forgotten ones, and also Nikola. I managed to get really decent partial on Nikola today. After all this. Alright guys, Neo, I'm gonna get ready to take some out. Hopefully it gives me just before 42s, and if it does, then that's gonna leave me a runner. CBAT is not really EV. It's more like a very. I'll take that out. It doesn't really. And also, Solo is charging. Yeah, these ones really now. But it's good to keep them, because once these EVs starts to run really wild, then even these can actually start to follow them without any reason. That's your sympathy plays for you. Yeah, there's a lot of watch lists at the moment. I also think, guys, if you want to go for a possible position trades, look out for I don't know, maybe I shouldn't, because people are just gonna go and start buying things which I don't like. Now do your research, guys, on the future. Like what products could be very like, you have to think outside the box though. Like Lucid, beautiful. I believe QS is also something to do with batteries or electric components or something like that. It is EV related as far as I know. Uh, this whole 1.2 trillion infrastructure bill that has passed. That's what's creating all this. Because I think mostly EV sector is gonna benefit from it. Batteries, yeah. That's what I thought. Fuel cell is EV, but I think it's an alternate energy kinda. I might be wrong on this, but you can see clearly that also has. It's not just, remember, it's not just EV that's benefiting from this 1.2 trillion, right? It's not. It's alternate energy, anything to do with like, um, zero emissions and all that. That's gonna. So I shouldn't really put this EV watch. It should be more like the new build, the new build pass watch. But EV sounds alright to me. Fuel cell as well. There's quite a lot, guys. Like lots of them. Fuel cell is related to certain other ones. Plug, for example, plug is also EV, by the way. Look at that, right? I mean, I could keep on putting these, but you know what I mean. Like CHPT, is it? Could be. EV charging, yeah, CHPT. There's a lot. There's a lot. Right, guys. I am gonna head out. Today was quiet, but that also means we had some discussions. That's good. Um, Quickly, I'm gonna go through what I traded. Nikola was the first one. Nikola trade was a nice short. I averaged in here quite a few shorts here. 1405 or 4s were at the average, and then took most of it. Like, no, I hope it was. I think it was less than 50%. I wish I had taken more in hindsight, but I don't usually take more than 50%. But it was enough for me to give me a nice green with a stop over just 14, 15, somewhere there. Very tight stop as well. So that was a decent trade, probably more than 1 hour or two. I have to check that. And then we had actually I had on the side where did it go? EVGO, was it EVGO? Yeah, I EVGO initially, guys, right here. I didn't like the chop anyways. It wasn't very clean. Started out here, I think averaged, and then it just washed off. I didn't take anything, and then came back and stopped me out on almost break even. So kind of like a break even on EVGO for the short side. And that was it. Have a look. And then we have Neo. Neo is still working out nicely for us, guys. We started here, averaged out here nicely on this curve, and my average was 41. Let me look at this thing. Around 41 12s, 13s, and then initially started to I was risking low of the VWAP, break of the VWAP here, and then I just trailed stop. Now we can put it anywhere under 41.50s, but I think it's still early because if I do take my second partial, I would have only runner left, which means under 40%, probably under 35% for a swing, which is which I need to give room for, which will be if it does pop back, or sorry, drop back to VWAP and takes it out, then that's fine. I'll get out on the break even. I would have already taken quite a few out on it anyways if my second partial gets taken out. So if that's the case, I'll probably get about 2R on it, and depending on whether I'm going to swing it or not, that will be the deciding factor on the result of this trade. But so far, really good. What else did we trade, guys? I think that's pretty much it. I looked at quite a lot of things. The one that I really missed was Peloton, and I was actually stalking this thing. It doesn't look good here, but trust me, trust me, it was good, and it's really my setups very clean, and also I'm my daily on Peloton is good as well. So that's the one I missed, guys, big time, which is alright. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I know Sophie is running. I know that because on the side it's one of my swings. Sophie has had a really gap up, big gap up, and at this point I was like, hold on a second, the earnings might have been actually post market yesterday. Actually, that might have been post market right there, you see. And then after that it started to run, and I was like, yes. I don't need to worry about it now. Yesterday I was a bit worried about it, to exit, maybe at the lows of here. My stop on this one from the swings of 17s is still under 19, but now I can easily put it under 20s, under 21s. 21s is a bit too stretching it, but under 20s. Yes, Sophie, Lucid, Apple. I'm still in on the swing side. I think my Apple isn't that great at the moment, but still green though. 142s, 143s, I think, is the average. Yeah. So we'll see. Anyhow, guys, I'm gonna trade Neo on the side. I did mention the plan with it. You deal with it. So if you are in it still, consider taking some out just before 42s. If you haven't taken anything out, do make sure bank in some and trail your stop if you're not swinging it. But the rest, leave it up to you guys. I will see you tomorrow, 9:15 EST. All the best. Take it easy, guys. Cheers.